tak pusing karena umur saja abar sajamu repot dan jangan sampai tua turun dari Freeport. Alright. Hey Alexa, shut up. Alright. Selamat pagi, guys. Guys, I don't really know a lot of Indonesian music. Aku nggak tahu banyak lagu Indo. So guys, in the comment section, let me know. Put me on to some good Indonesian music. I heard that the last time I went to Beyond. Fire song. Shout out to Toton Karibo. So let's see what we got here. Let's get some clothes on. Shout out to locker wear. We're going with the whole locker wear fit today. We're going with the Indonesian vibe for my Indonesian people. So you know what time it is. Let's get serious. We had some big fights yesterday. We're gonna start off with the main event in Beyond 6. Ronal Nagasakti Siahan versus Putra the Prince Abdullah. Alright, so unfortunately guys, I wasn't able to watch it live karena jamnya beda. The time was different. So I believe during that time I was actually training. It was like 10 in the morning here. 10 pagi. Should I even close this? Yeah, I'll close it a little bit. Hold up. All right. Oh. There we go. Locker wear. All right, so like I said, I wasn't able to watch this live, so we're just going to be doing a reaction to the highlights. I know maybe nanti when they Beyond releases it, maybe I'll do a full breakdown, but right now it's just a reaction to the highlights. So the highlights doesn't speak for the whole fight, but I'm going to see what I can pick from it, and we know the result. I know the result, right? It was a draw. Everyone in my comment section, telling me a bunch of things. Of course, all the Indonesian people going for Ronal, and then a lot of people were talking about, how the ref was paid to put it to a draw, but I don't know. So let's go ahead and get a reaction going here. Putra Abdullah versus Ronal Siahan. Let's see. All right, we got the reactions going. All right, highlights. Okay, whoa, that was quick. Already, dang. All right, the fight hasn't even started yet. Fightnya belum. All right, let's rewind it. The fights haven't even started yet, but the walkouts. This is one thing I wish the UFC had, or more MMA promotions had, is these crazy walkouts like boxing. Look at Prince Abdullah here. Let's break this down. The Prince. He's sitting on a chair. Is anyone carrying him? Is anyone carrying him? Dang, that's badass. They got people carrying him in a chair. Shout out to Prince Abdullah. That's a sick walkout. Ronal got a sick walkout too. Hey, let's go. He's got two ninjas in front of him. 2 Indo ninjas. I believe 2 of these boys I actually know. Shout out to Saka Battle Club. I think these 2 of the boys are in the front hitting a couple cartwheels. Ronal looks sick too. All right, now we're getting into the introductions to the fight. So let's see what we got here, guys. Ooh, okay, we're right into the fight. Good right hook there by Ronal. Straight into a right knee. Good shot there. Looks like there's a nut shot. Hee, a little nut shot. You get one of those. Good straight there. Ooh, they're throwing down. Yeah, Putra's definitely the aggressor. But Ronal landing them straights. I actually spoke to Ronal yesterday. I'll probably put up a clip right here. We asked him what his main strike that he hit him with throughout the whole fight. He said his straights. And I remember seeing, I forgot, somewhere on Beyond's Instagram, he was talking about how one of his main assets or his main weapon is that left straight. So Okay, a little bit of drama, a little bit of drama. Looks like Prince Abdullah and his wife, all sentimental. Love it. Okay, we got Putra Abdullah talking. This highlight video is weird. Putra does look like Central C. I've been seeing comments. Good looking guy. Very Kasep. Let's go. Allahu Akbar. Let's go. Oh, we're back to it. Now he's back in his chair. We're looking at the walkouts again. All right, I'm trying to see this fight. All right, we're going back to the walkouts. Dang, this is a very cool walkout. He's dripped out. This is goals right here. Wish the UFC MMA would do this. I'd be doing some Michael Jackson shit. Another angle of Prince Abdullah doing his absolutely insane walkout. How many people do they got carrying this guy? They got 1, 2. I think they had like 8 people carrying this guy. Okay, I'm gonna skip through this, guys. I will say though, last time I was at BYON, this is what BYON does really well, you guys. It is literally combat show biz, combat show business. They're not straying away from the fact that they're really about entertainment. So Celos did a great job. I was entertained the whole night. And it was like, I was there for like 6 hours. All right. Let's get... Okay, back to it. Now we're at the actual fight. Southpaw versus Orthodox. Ooh, it looks like Putra switching. He goes to Southpaw as well. Very nice, versatile. Putra has that nice, tall Muay Thai stance. And you can tell Ronal has, like we said, he has more of an MMA background. So his legs are going to be a lot more spread apart. A little bit wider of a base. Southpaw versus Southpaw. Ooh, beautiful combo there by Putra. Right overhand into a left knee. Ooh, that was a good... I think we saw this clip, but it was a beautiful right hand by Ronal. And then Putra looks to get him in the nuts again. A little nut shot. All right. Putra with... I'm not Putra. So Ronal with the right teep. Showing that left straight. Oh, beautiful left knee off the left straight. I like that. Putra really loves to crash in. I remember watching him the last BYON 2. He loves to leap in with flying knees, get into that nice tight range, right? That's where I believe Muay Thai people are the most dangerous, is in that close range when they're going in for those elbows, the clinch, the knees. So I see what Putra's doing there. Okay, another angle. Okay, I'm gonna turn it down. Oy, good combo there by Ronaldo. 1, 2, 3 left knee. Ronaldo working the body there with his jab. I love it. Oy, beautiful low kick by Putra. Both guys having fun. I love it when I'm seeing people smile in the ring. It's really cool because it's a very special moment that you share with the other person. So once you kind of get past the jitters and all that and actually just have fun in there, I think that's the coolest thing, watching these guys just actually have fun in there. Yeah, Putra doing a really good job. He likes lifting up that front knee, so that prevents a lot of low kicks, and he's able to cross distance off of it, throw those teeps. He loves doing that. I love it as well. He throws that check, that straight teep to the knee there. Really prevents people from going in. I love it. Let's turn it up a little bit so you guys can hear this. Putra switching from orthodox to southpaw, orthodox to southpaw. Ooh, good body shot there by Ronal. Okay, now it says round 4. Round 4. Uy, good little check hook there by Putra. Good combination there by Putra. Good combination. All right, I'm gonna give this a pause real quick. The great Ebony Eddie texted me. All right, yeah, I'll answer him in a bit. All right, back to it, back to it. Ooh, I love that. So I don't know if I should put it up right here, but Ronal went to go kind of like to like lift his front knee. Right when he landed it, Putra went for that outside low kick. Good timing there by Putra. Oh, beautiful counter there by Ronal. Putra went in from that right straight. These guys are from in open stance now. Putra threw that right hand. Ronal slipped it through his own left hand. That was beautiful. And then they go back into the clinch. And then, oh, it looks like Banjir Dara, Ronal Siahan. Looks like Ronal got cut open a little bit. Okay, now that's the end. Both of them got a draw. All right, let's see if there's anything else throughout here. Okay, it looks like that's it for this highlight video. So guys, Ma'ap, I can't really say much just from watching the highlight there. But I will say this, I've seen a lot of the highlights. It's very back and forth. In my opinion, just from watching the highlights, I will have to say a draw. Both guys, they got their shots in. It looks like Putra cut Ronal up, I think maybe with an elbow. But I was also looking into, some of the comments. They were saying that elbows aren't allowed in kick striking. I'm not too sure, guys. I'm not even too sure about the rules in kick striking. But, from what I saw, it's kind of what I thought would happen. I predicted that, there wouldn't really be a finish. Ronal, like I said, is an MMA striker. He has an MMA background, so he's going to have a wider base. He's going to use his movement a lot more, which you did see a lot of. I love seeing Ronal actually use like a couple setups with his left straight, changing it to a left knee, using the movement to draw Putra in to counter. I did see a couple of that. And then we also talked about how Putra, he comes from a Muay Thai background, and Muay Thai people, they're the most dangerous in that close range, right? Either in the clinch or they're throwing those knees and those elbows. So Putra was using, flying knees. He was also using that. Here, I might just stand up and do this shit for you guys. I don't know if y'all can see me, but he was using that front knee here, right, to prevent those low kicks. But he also used it to slide in, get in tight, and land combos. And basically, yeah, just work in that clinch and that close range. That was beautiful by Putra. He looked really good doing that. And so, yeah, sorry guys. I wish maybe after this we'll do a full fight reaction when they release it. But yeah, I mean, great fight. I mean, I want to watch the rest of the card as well. Guys, in the comment section, let me know if there's any other fights you guys want me to watch from Beyond 6. But let me think. Anything other than that? Anything else I want to cover on that? Let's see. Oh yeah, I guess I could talk about this, but I saw a lot of people just complaining about the judges, the ref, and yada yada yada. The thing is, you guys, we have a saying, for at least in my gym and MMA in general, we say never leave it up to the judges. So, whenever you go out there to fight, you should always be looking to finish. Not saying that these guys weren't looking to finish. These guys were definitely throwing heat. Putra was coming in, getting in tight, trying to throw those combos. Ronal was doing a good job staying elusive, looking for his shots. Both athletes did so well. But the thing is, man, is like once you leave it up to the judges, you never know. You never know. One judge could have a different, perspective than another, depending on where they're sitting. Some of the judges, could also know the athletes as well. So there's going to be a little bit of bias there. Actually, funny enough, last night, you guys, I actually did my my commentary debut for Combat Games MMA. So shout out to the Devil of Everett and Devin Leach, two of my teammates, amateurs. They were fighting on the card, and I was doing commentary for them. And I stated it luckily on the commentary. It's like it's so hard to not be biased, right? Especially if you know the athlete. So judges, refs, even the commentary people, it's so hard when you know an athlete to not be slightly biased towards them. And so, I mean, that concludes it for Beyond, guys. If you guys want me to talk about anything else, let me know in the comment section. But let's move on here. We also had some big fights. UFC last night, UFC Fight Night. Arman Tsarukyan versus Dan Hooker. I actually watched this while I was getting a haircut. I'll put up a clip right here. I was getting a haircut. Shout out to Muklis, our cameraman. He was recording some of that. And that'll be in the next vlog. So my actual reaction will be in the next vlog. But let's go ahead and skim over a couple of the fights here. Let's go ahead and start from the top. The main event, Arman Tsarukyan versus Dan Hooker. Guys, Arman looked so good. His striking looked really, really good. I think that's where he was piecing up Dan Hooker. And I think that Dan Hooker didn't really actually expect, Arman to be as fluid in his striking. I mean, Arman's shot selection looked really, really good. And it just looked like it was too much for Dan Hooker. So Arman outclassed Dan Hooker, and I saw the finish. Beautiful arm triangle. I believe he was still in mount as well, which is very, very impressive. Usually if you want to go for like a very strong arm triangle, you want to pass off into the opposite side of where you're choking. But he was able to just hunker down in mount and basically squeeze the life out of him. So Arman next. Yeah, I guess it would be technically Arman Tsarukyan versus Ilia Topuria. And that's going to be a great fight in itself. But the co-main event, Ian Machado Gary versus me, Bilal. Remember the name, Muhammad. Guys, I gotta say this. It's super, super funny. I actually love when Bilal fights. One, he's a great fighter, super technical. But it's also funny because when they announce him, they say Bilal, my name. And when the commentary is, commentating, they say my name. So whenever I'm watching Bilal Muhammad fight, it's like I'm envisioning myself fight. But unfortunately, we did not come out with the win. Ian Machado Gary with the decision. Ian looked good, man. Ian is such a cerebral fighter. What I mean by that is he really uses his brain. You can tell that he is analyzing constantly every second of the fight. And yeah, I mean, he looked good. Couple eye pokes, which is expected. Just the way he fights, but also the way Bilal fights. Bilal's looking to close the distance, get in tight, but he doesn't really move his head a lot. He kind of goes in head on the center line. And so there was, I think, 2 eye pokes. And but yeah, Ian Machado Gary did such a good job staying on the outside and capitalizing when Bilal overextended. And yeah, it was also super impressive that Ian, I don't think he got taken down once. Yeah, I don't think he got taken down once. His takedown defense looked really, really good. And so I guess next, possibly, Ian Machado Gary versus Islam Makhachev. Basically, McGregor versus Khabib 3. If we're talking about also PFL, Usman versus Hughes. That's another Irish versus Dagestani matchup. And so maybe this might be a thing in like the MMA universe, that there's every 5 years there's a Russian versus Irish lineage. But other than that, let me see. Oh yeah, Kyoji Horiguchi versus Tagir Ulanbekov. I was actually teaching class during this time, and I was watching the fights. And Kyoji looked good, man. He got him with a head kick and submitted a Dagestani. I also saw, oh yeah, that's right, yesterday, Khabib was in the corner for 2 of his guys, and he went 0-2. 0-2. So that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, you guys. That's the crazy thing about MMA and combat sports in general. You never know what's going to happen. Anything can happen in these fights. And so let's see what else. I think that's about all I remember there. But yeah, I'm going to start doing little segments like these, you guys. Let me know what else you guys want to see. Any critiques, and how I'm setting up these segments, just let me know. Terima kasih banyak guys. Maaf aku nggak ngomong banyak bahasa, but hopefully you guys can turn on the subtitles there. Let me see. But yeah, that concludes it. It is Sunday, November 23rd, jam 1 sore. Yeah, it's a Sunday. We are actually about 27 days out till I ragdoll Ronaldi. So, should be a good Sunday here. And yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Terima kasih banyak. Aku cinta kalian semua. Shout out to Ronal Nagasakti. Oh, Ronal Nagasakti? I think Ronal Nagasakti, yeah. And Putra, the Prince Abdullah, for a great fight. Like I said, hopefully I can do a full fight reaction when the fight releases. And yeah, catch you guys on the next one. Aku cinta kalian semua. Let's go.